Imagine waking up tomorrow and finding every dollar, stock, and crypto you own is worthless. What matters now? In a world where cash is trash, survival depends on what you actually have, what people need. Try buying water with a $100 bill when no one cares about money. The rules have changed. Only the prepared will thrive. Today we're counting down the top 10 barter items that could be worth more than $1 million if the system collapses. This is your ultimate survival shopping list. Stuff I've actually stocked up on just to show you what matters when money means nothing. Let's dive in. Number 10 is the most critical thing for survival: water. It's not just a resource, it's the very essence of life itself. In any emergency, water becomes your first and most urgent priority. You can only last 3 days without it. And even before that, dehydration will sap your strength, cloud your mind, and make every task harder. When the taps run dry, a single bottle becomes priceless. Suddenly, what was once ordinary turns into a treasure more valuable than gold. People will trade anything for clean water: food, tools, even shelter. In desperate times, water is the one thing everyone needs, and few will have enough. But it's not just about having water, it's about making it safe. Contaminated water can be just as deadly as having none at all. Purification tablets, filters, or just knowing how to boil it are game changers. These skills and tools can turn a risky puddle into a life-saving drink. I've stockpiled thousands of gallons of sealed water. It's not paranoia, it's preparation. Every container is a safety net for my family and friends. In a crisis, this is a king's ransom. People will go to great lengths to get even a small share. Water isn't just for drinking, it's essential for cooking, cleaning, and keeping yourself healthy. You need it for cooking, cleaning wounds, and basic hygiene. Every drop is precious, and careful rationing can mean the difference between thriving and struggling. Without water, nothing else on this list matters. Food, shelter, and tools are useless if you're dying of thirst. The person with water, or the means to purify it, holds the real power. In any survival scenario, water is the ultimate bargaining chip. It's the foundation of survival, the ultimate currency. Everything else comes second. Don't take it for granted. Appreciate every drop you have now because it could save your life one day. Stock up, learn to purify, and you'll never be desperate. Make water your top priority in any emergency plan. That's why water kicks off our list. Without it, you're done. So make sure you're always prepared. Number 9 is food, specifically non-perishable food. In any crisis, fresh stuff disappears fast, and what's left behind is what can last for months or even years. When the power goes out and the supply chain breaks down, the food in your fridge spoils in days. But the cans and dry goods on your shelves, they're your lifeline. Rice, beans, pasta, peanut butter, these are the backbone of survival pantries everywhere. They're cheap, filling, and packed with the calories you need to keep going. I've got a fortress of shelf-stable food stacked high and deep. Every can and bag is a little insurance policy against hunger. In a world of empty shelves, this stash is both a restaurant and a bank vault. Hunger makes people desperate, and food becomes more valuable than money. A can of beans can buy loyalty, labor, or protection. In tough times, food is currency, and sharing a meal can build alliances or keep the peace. Morale matters too. A can of peaches or a jar of coffee becomes a luxury, a rare treat that lifts spirits and reminds you of normal life. Calorie-dense, long-lasting food is the new gold. In a crisis, it's worth more than cash or jewelry. A 50-pound bag of rice can feed a person for months, stretching out meals and keeping hunger at bay when options are limited. When you're starving, you'll trade anything for a meal. Food becomes the ultimate bargaining chip, and people will give up valuables just for a bite. Food is leverage, comfort, and survival all rolled into one. It brings people together and gives hope when things look bleak. Stock up on what lasts, and you'll always have something to trade, share, or rely on when times get tough. In a crisis, calories are king. The more you have, the longer you last, and the more options you keep open. That's why food is number 9, because when everything else is gone, it's the one thing you can't live without. Number 8 is medicine, the difference between life and death from a simple cut. When pharmacies are gone, antibiotics, painkillers, and first aid supplies become priceless. A bottle of antibiotics can save a life. Painkillers keep people moving. Bandages and antiseptics prevent deadly infections. I've built a field hospital in a box: antibiotics, painkillers, wound care, and more. Medicine isn't just for you, it's a top trade item. Relief from pain or infection is worth anything. Knowing how to use these supplies is just as valuable. Medical knowledge is power. In a world without doctors, the person with medicine and know-how is a hero. Stock up, learn the basics, and you'll be indispensable. Medicine is survival, comfort, and currency. That's why it's number 8. Number 7 is ammunition, controversial but essential when law and order vanish. Ammo is protection, hunting, and power. A gun without bullets is just a club. Every round is precious. No more factories, no more stores. Scarcity makes ammo as valuable as gold. I've got a wall of ammo, common calibers, shotgun shells, rifle rounds, pistol rounds. Ammo is tradable. A box of cartridges could buy a month's food. It's not about aggression, it's about survival. The ability to defend yourself, hunt, or protect your group is priceless. In a world without police, ammo is security. Stock up, be smart, and remember, every bullet counts. Ammunition is the great equalizer. That's why it's number 7. Number 6 is alcohol, more than just a drink. In a survival situation, it's one of the most versatile resources you can have at your disposal. Alcohol isn't just for celebrations or winding down. It's a true multi-tool in liquid form. High-proof spirits are antiseptics, painkillers, and morale boosters. When medical supplies run low, alcohol can step in to disinfect wounds, ease pain, and even calm nerves during stressful times. Clean wounds, sterilize tools, or trade for supplies. Its value goes far beyond the bottle. Alcohol can be a literal lifesaver and a powerful bargaining chip when you need something you don't have. A bottle of vodka is a pharmacy and a currency. In desperate times, people will trade almost anything for a little comfort or relief, making alcohol a universal medium of exchange. Alcohol is also a huge morale boost. Sharing a drink can break the ice, bring people together, and help form bonds that are crucial for group survival. A drink at the end of a hard day can keep spirits up and build trust. In a world where hope is scarce, these small moments of normalcy can make all the difference. It's flexible, trade a shot, a bottle, or use it to sweeten a deal. Alcohol adapts to the situation, whether you need to barter, celebrate, or simply cope. I've stockpiled hundreds of bottles, vodka, whiskey, rum, gin. Each one is a tool, a comfort, and a potential lifeline ready for whatever comes next. Alcohol doesn't spoil and its uses are endless: medicine, fire starter, cleaner, or just comfort. It's one of the few supplies that only gets more valuable with time. In tough times, a bottle is worth more than gold. When resources are scarce, people will go to great lengths for a taste of normalcy or relief. Don't overlook the power of a simple drink. Sometimes a single sip can restore hope, ease pain, or remind you of better days. Alcohol is survival, trade, and relief. It's a bridge between people, a tool for healing, and a symbol of resilience in the hardest times. That's why it's number 6 on my list of survival essentials. Number 5 is batteries, the key to light, communication, and safety when the grid goes down. Flashlights, radios, medical devices, all useless without batteries. In darkness, a working flashlight is a superpower. I've got thousands, AA, AAA, C, D, 9-volt, plus rechargeables and solar chargers. Batteries are a finite resource. Every one you use is one less in the world. Scarcity makes them incredibly valuable. A pack of batteries could buy a meal. Rechargeables and solar panels are the ultimate prep. Self-sufficiency in your pocket. Power means safety, information, and hope. Stockpile batteries and you control the light. In a dark world, batteries are gold. Don't get left in the dark. That's why batteries are number 5. Number 4 is hygiene products. Soap, toothpaste, toilet paper, and feminine hygiene. These aren't luxuries. They're your shield against disease. Soap is the simplest, most effective way to stay healthy. Without it, infections spread fast. Toothpaste and brushes prevent deadly dental problems. No dentist means a toothache can kill. Toilet paper and feminine products are comfort, dignity, and health. I've got a truckload. Soap, toilet paper, toothpaste, tampons. In a filthy world, cleanliness is power. People will trade anything for a bar of soap or a roll of toilet paper. Hygiene keeps you healthy and sane. Stock up now. They're cheap today, priceless tomorrow. Cleanliness is survival. Don't underestimate it. That's why hygiene is number 4. Number 3 is fuel, gasoline, diesel, propane. When the pumps run dry, fuel is freedom. It powers vehicles, generators, and stoves. A can of gas could save a life or power a community. Propane is gold for cooking and heating, clean, efficient, and storable. Fuel is mobility, power, and warmth. It's a finite resource, so every drop is precious. I've got a safe, stabilized supply, enough to run a generator, cook, or trade for anything. The person with fuel controls the pace of survival. It's the bridge between chaos and comfort. Fuel is the engine of civilization. That's why it's number 3. Number 2 is tools, the master keys to survival. Without tools, you're back in the Stone Age. With them, you can build, fix, and thrive. Hand tools are essential: axes, saws, hammers, knives, multi-tools. A good knife or multi-tool is worth its weight in gold. I've got a hardware store worth shovels, axes, knives, and more. Tools let you repair, build, and grow. They're leverage in every trade. Gardening tools mean food. Repair tools mean safety. The person with tools and skills is indispensable. Tools are capability, ingenuity, and survival. They unlock the world around you. That's why tools are number 2. Number 1 is clothing, your first and last line of defense. Durable, practical clothing and boots are survival armor. In a world without heat or AC, your jacket, hat, and boots keep you alive. Good boots are priceless. You'll walk miles, and bad shoes can kill. I've got racks of waterproof jackets, wool socks, and tough work pants. Clothing wears out, kids outgrow it, and you can't just make new boots. Needles, thread, and patches become valuable trade items. Clothing is a universal, endless need. It protects you from cold, heat, rain, and injury. The person with extra clothing is a community hero. It's the silent hero of survival. Stock up on quality, practical gear. That's why clothing is number 1. That's the top 10 barter items, worth more than cash when the world changes. Survival is about what you can use, not what you can count. Start prepping now: water, food, medicine, light, and gear. Even a small stash can make a huge difference. What would you add to this list? Drop your ideas in the comments, like subscribe, and stay prepared for whatever comes next. Thanks for watching.